Welcome to the AKEXP.
Alright, welcome to another exciting edition of the AKEXP. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Chris.
And, we're back.
We're back. We didn't think we would be. Took an arrow to the knee.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
You know, I had to take a little bit of time off. That, and there wasn't really shit interesting us at the time. We were coming into the new generation of hardware and everything else, so we figured we'd give it a moment and come back better.
And the gaming industry has come back better.
Oh, look at it, look at it.
Got the PS4.
Yep, you got the PS4, you got an upgraded graphics card. I got an upgraded graphics card.
You got the Xbox One.
Uh-oh, no. We don't want the X-Bone yet.
What's wrong with the Xbox One?
The Xbox One? Well, it's $100 more. The only thing that
But it's $100 more awesome.
That's what you think. I know that's complete sarcasm, by the way. But yeah, the only reason we'd even be
Wasn't being sarcastic. It's pretty sweet.
Well, yeah, I mean they're almost exact specs running off of, you know, except it's one's DDR3.
Be pretty cool if they came out with some cool games for them.
Yeah, right? Like Titanfall,
Yeah.
Destiny. Well, I mean, you know, we got
Those games that are gonna come out but haven't yet.
Yep, so needless to say, they're kind of sucking it up right now. And we've got computers, so we're really not worried about the X-Bone.
Yeah, but how about those new games? What do you think about those new games?
I mean, right now, we play Killzone over here. And I'm sick and tired of people trying to sit there and use a game as an excuse to show off their hardware. I'm tired of Crysis. I'm tired of Killzone. I'm tired of the BS. Killzone, either step your game up or get the fuck out of the game.
It wasn't too terrible, but it wasn't too great either. In fact,
is that not the fourth in the series though?
Is
not including handhelds.
I liked what they did with the controller on the PS4. Is pretty cool how they took advantage of the little touch sensor pad that they got going on in the middle of the PS4 controllers. Being able to control your little sentry drone, but it like as like a D-pad, but you didn't really have. It's the only game I've seen take advantage of the controller, so it's cool to see any game take advantage of the controller and try and do something.
Well, no, because we're playing Ghosts on the PS4, and by the way, Call of Duty, you really need to step your shit up.
Extinction's pretty sweet.
Extinction is cool, but they need more maps. All I'm saying is I want either
new map coming,
DLC. You gotta pay $15 for it. Call of Duty. You know, fuck that. I don't know. I'm sick and tired of Call of Duty coming out once or twice a year, and it just I'm ready for them to step their game up, because Modern Warfare was one of my favorite first-person shooters, and then you know you come back to stuff like when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I was just underwhelmed by it. It was
about Black Ops.
I can't get these fucking numbers out of my head.
Black Ops. I don't know. I enjoy it myself. But they didn't really have an extensive mode like that. Yeah, they have Extinction, but it's not the same. But anyway, the gist of what I'm getting at is Call of Duty, we understand that you're a solid shooter, a solid arcade shooter. That's great. Do your thing. Always stick with it. But God, please change it up a little bit.
It's time for them to do something a little bit new.
A little bit.
But they're making money, so more power to them.
You know, and before all
I was making millions.
Right? And before all you people think that, and if you've heard our podcast before, you know that we kind of got a chubby for Battlefield. But what I'm saying is that even for
just a small one in Chris's case.
Yeah, just funny. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's really, to me, as far as Battlefield's concerned, EA, I am just disappointed with them overall. Those patches and the server issues when 4 came out, because when we played the beta, we got the game, we did everything else, and there were some things that were just, you can't release a game that. Okay, I guess what I'm saying is Battlefield, please, by all means, fix your shit before you put it out. Call of Duty, by all means, your shit's been fixed. Do something new.
I can't hate on Battlefield 4. I'm not gonna join you on that one, bro. Not gonna join you.
Oh, the game is fantastic. You know, don't now put words in my mouth. What I'm saying is that
I've been playing that Shanghai battle since the beta, and never gets old watching that building fall.
Nope. And then watching noobs fall to their death. But what's up with all the nerfed helicopters? I mean, you can't kill shit in those things. It's ridiculous.
Well, with the chain gun, when you're in the
even the Apaches and shit.
The Apache's awesome, man.
They
you
just
gotta be
updated
a better
Rocket
driver.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just gotta be a better driver.
Well,
Quit being such a noob, Chris.
I'm just a shitty pilot. I'll go to Top Gun school.
Yep. You went to Top Gun school.
In the danger zone. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Tom Cruise.
All right, so we're moving on. We just rambled a little bit much. So, you know, talking about first-person shooters, something that even though I'm a real stickler with Xbox and everything else, I do have a PC in this Titanfall game.
Pretty pumped about it, but I haven't played the beta, so I got, like, nothing. I haven't seen anything. I don't... And, like, you know, I'm watching these YouTube videos of, like, sweet kills of the day
Top
or
5
whatever.
kills, yeah.
Top 5 kills, and it's not really doing it for me. Honestly. The top 5 kills, I haven't seen anything. It's not like Battlefield-esque where I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is that?
That guy just sniped a dude from half a mile away and then jumped in his helicopter.
That dude just jumped out of an airplane, threw a C4 on a helicopter, landed back in his airplane, and took out the helicopter. Haven't seen that kind of shit happening in Titanfall. Not that I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm pretty excited for it.
I honestly think it's going to be... And people, they keep looking at this 6v6 player count as a real big issue. And that, to me... come on, guys. Do you not remember when we were playing fucking Nintendo 64 and we had 4 players? And it was GoldenEye? That was some of the best times I've ever had. Everyone's always hating on player count. But if it's good gameplay, I can get over a 6v6 player count.
Talking about low player count... that game Evolution that's being made by the guys that did Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I think it's the guys that did Left 4 Dead. That game looks pretty sweet. Just like you're a giant, like one player is a giant monster, and that's one player that you're playing against, and then 4 regular dudes, but they're like different classes. Like you have like a medic, an engineer.
Like Left 4 Dead mixed with... God, it's even hard to explain. It's...
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah,
that looks pretty sweet.
That looks really
sweet
interesting.
to, like, you gotta like rush in and kill the creature who is a real person, or he's gonna evolve and then you're gonna be running your ass off the entire game. I don't know what the objective will be at that point, if you still gotta try and kill him, or if then at that point you gotta get away, or what's going on with it, but it looks really fucking sweet.
The thing, and continuously what I'm noticing now is that people, and especially with as bland as the first-person shooter genre has become, like I notice with Titanfall, Destiny, and all these other games that we've been talking about and everything, really, people are trying to step away from just the classic first-person shooter, because you always hear the same thing about people bitching about first-person shooters. It's the same thing. Blah, 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 blah. Well, if you've got a 10-foot tall mech and you can drop it on people's face, or if you've got, I mean, they're bringing a lot of new stuff to the FPS market, and I really dig it as an FPS fan growing up. Like, that's something that's interesting me, and you know, going into breaking the mold with these FPS games, Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
well, that's... I'm excited for Destiny as well, but kind of following, like, Borderlands. I'm thinking, like, if Borderlands was to come out with Borderlands 3, that's what Destiny's going to be. Now, like I said, or, you know, like I've been saying about other games, I haven't played it, so I don't really have any experience, but, you know... just what I'm seeing looks like it's going to be Borderlands 3. Halo style.
Well, I mean, there's a couple subtle differences that I noticed after reading the articles, and Game Informer, and off of IGN, and everything else. Suck it, Game Informer. Anyway, that's a different show. What I'm saying is that it almost looks like an MMORPG version of, instead of just a instead of just a 4-player, you know, shoot fest. But at the same time, it's like you've almost got instances and PvP and everything else, and the PvP was extremely lacking in Borderlands, because there's always a class that's so overpowered that it's irrelevant to even try and fight them. It's stupid.
But the guns were so sweet.
Well, yeah, the guns are sweet. Have you not seen this shit we've been reading about? I mean, Destiny, they've got different modifications for weapons. I mean, the customization is so huge, and that's always been a downfall for me in a first-person shooter, is like, okay, and some of you guys might remember Rainbow Six Vegas, and that to this day, I'm still playing this game. You can only find about a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 people playing on the servers, but I mean, it was...
People still play that game?
Yeah, I was playing it this weekend.
They haven't shut it down like Halo 2 or anything.
Nope, still playing it. Diablo 1's still running, so if it's a good thing, keep it going, right? I
don't know. Does Blizzard keep those servers open, or are they open from like regular people?
You know, that's I honestly don't know. I had read something yesterday that
But it never grows old killing the devil.
No, hell no. And Decker Kane is my homeboy. That's all I'm saying.
That was a sweet little trailer they released there during that Walking Dead episode.
I know, right? Decker Kane, you can't defeat death. Bitch, please.
We'll see what that's all about.
Bitch, please, I killed the devil.
We'll see what that's all about. So yeah, a lot of cool games gonna come out. I'm worried towards the end of the month here that so many games are gonna come out at once. That like games are gonna get forgotten about. Like when Diablo 3 did come out, and like people acted like it didn't exist towards the end of the year when Torchlight 2 came out, which is just a fucking clone. It's a fucking clone. You're a fucking clone.
It's got some of the same
Torchlight.
developers. It's got all the same shit. Even your mana ball and your health ball are the same.
But Diablo 3 tried to take it in a new, like, they tried to like add some shit to make it like its own thing, and what Torchlight did is they just said return back to Diablo 2 for the most part, and did that, and Diablo 3 was the better game. It should have gotten those awards.
I just want to let you know, everybody here know that he hates Torchlight.
I don't hate it because I played it. I still play it.
He hates it. Anyway,
I don't hate it.
No, he gives it a lot of grief because I mean he has. What was that game of the arcade game of the year or something? Wasn't it? I do. Anyway, it won some game of the year or some kind of title, and I didn't think it deserved it.
No, I think it was in the same. I think it got like grouped up and somehow in the same group with like the Walking Dead shit.
Oh, yeah, the 5 episodes. Yeah,
and that shit like pissed me off.
Oh,
equally.
Clementine, please don't die.
No, it's a fucking storybook. It's not a fucking video game. It's a storybook, and you get to like make decisions, and then you move the cursor around a little bit. You get to shoot a zombie in the head, but then you go back to just you're walking down a path. At least that's what I played of it before I put it down, because I was like, this isn't a fucking video game.
You're completely right on that. The only thing that made it was, I honestly think that they gave them that award because of the lack of storytelling and just lack of good ideas. I mean, you look around, and this year people they're bringing the shit. They're not. It's not a continuous. It's not just everybody looking to make their money. They're looking to make their money, and with this new hardware that's coming in, they're looking to, put their foot in the door and really do something different. And that, to me, is, it's huge.
So you're just talking about indie developers in general? I mean, they're not an indie developer.
Well, I mean,
they're like new and upcoming.
Yeah, well, I guess
I would
what
say
I'm
that
saying
they've got too much of a budget to be called an indie developer.
I guess
what is that? Is that Telltale Games?
Yeah, it's Telltale.
Okay.
The same people that made that awful Jurassic Park game, they're doing.
They made that Wolf Among Us.
Yep, they're doing that right now. And episode 2 of The Walking Dead has been coming out recently.
Okay.
And I've beaten the entire first episode, and some of the best storytelling there was besides The Last of Us. And I mean, there are just some games that came out last year that towards the end of the the cycle that are just really taking it up a notch as far as storytelling, as far as voice acting. You can tell this is becoming a multi-million-dollar industry, and people are taking the shit seriously. I would have never thought playing my Atari, you know, in Memphis 13 years ago that it would ever be anything like this, and it's great. It's a great thing.
I guess what I was getting at is, as far as indie games go, there's a lot of good indie games out, out and coming out. I've been playing. I don't know the difference between a beta and an alpha. Do you know the difference between a beta and an alpha?
I think an alpha is... I thought that's only released to people that are within the company. Betas are tested by...
And I don't mean like alpha male, like it's a bigger, better version.
Oh,
or
no shit.
More gonna rule over you.
No, I don't know,
There's
man.
different versions. There's an alpha version. Anyway, I'm playing that alpha version of Rust. And I fucking love this game. I really like it because it's like,
It really, from what, and this is just me watching you play, and honestly, I've seen interactions in that game that you want to compare it to Minecraft, you want to compare it to Arma, you want to do all of these other things, but you can't. You can't, and that to me is what's really making everything that's going on right now so interesting.
Quick take on Rust for those of you that don't know. Rust. Okay, so it's like Minecraft. You kind of get dropped into a game. You're in the middle of like fucking nowhere. You just got like woods around you. It changes from night to day. All you have is a fucking rock. Anyway, you're dropped into like a big environment. You have nothing but a rock. It's a multiplayer game. It can have up to 300 people a server. And all you have is that rock to start out, kind of like Minecraft. So you go in and you're trying to survive the first night. So the first night there can be zombies and bears and wolves and all kinds of things walking around, but you literally can't see dick.
Zombies and bears and wolves, oh my.
Oh yeah. and so you're just in the middle of the night and you got nothing and you just got a rock. So what you got to do is you got to start off. You got to be looking
rock it out.
You got to rock it out. You got to be looking. You're looking for trees and rocks and whatever, and you're trying to craft a house to live in. So those of you that have played Minecraft, this will be completely familiar to you.
What is not familiar?
You build a house. You're crafting stuff. You're trying to survive. Much like a lot of these kind of sandbox games that are coming out, like Don't Starve and whatever. But because you're on a server with 300 other people, you're competing for all these same resources. It's not like Minecraft where you only have like 8 to 10 other people or however many is the maximum amount of people.
It becomes a game of diplomacy at some point because you're sitting there and there's this asshole with the rock, you know, and he's trying to break your door down, and you've got enough friends at this point and they've all got M4s and everything else they're working with. I've seen some of the conversations that you've had with other players in that game have literally just made me almost want to piss my pants as I sit there and watch it happen.
Well, it's really cool. Like right now what I got going on in this server that I'm playing on is, so when you log off, just so that everybody understands the dynamic, when you log off, your person stays there, and people can break into your house and steal all of your shit the same way that they could in Minecraft.
Rape your wife,
but
rape your kid.
But you're there
rape your husband
still, so you can't just like hang on to all of your shit and log off and expect to have like your best shit on you when you log back on. You're still there. You're just asleep wherever you were when you logged off.
So, and I mean, this even plays even more into what I was talking about with this. It's almost like diplomacy and building groups, because some asshole runs up and destroys your house, and you got a bunch of homeboys, and you know who it is. You go back and you burn all their shit.
It's just a sweet, like, social experiment.
It's a really different look on, let's see, resource gathering, the building, everything else. It's just a really different play on it. And from watching you play, and I have not played this, by the way. I've not played Rust. I've read about it, and I've watched, AK over here.
But like, so like what's going on in my game is I got like there's like a city of people, and it's not a city that was like crafted by the game. It's like a city that was developed by a group of people that decided they're going to team up together, and they're on the right of me, and I ran into the middle of nowhere so that I get away from all these people because they kept killing me. So there's like a city of people on one side of me, and there's another city of people on another side of me, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I just like made myself awesome because I was by myself, and like anybody that would come into my area, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm gonna fucking shoot you if you come back in this area, or I'd just kill them. And now I've like developed a relationship with these cities, but I'm not friends with them, and so I like carry people through dangerous areas because I know my area. I know my area, ladies, better than better than anyone else does. Yeah.
So, I guess what we're talking about on Rust, and this is coming from somebody that's played it and through the beta and alpha now, right?
No, as far as I know, it's just, I don't know. It just said alpha.
See, I don't even know what the hell this shit means anymore. We've been beta testing so much shit recently, but I guess what I'm getting at is it's just the social dynamic of this game it's something that I've never seen before. You know, like you hear about EVE Online and all these battles that cost tens of thousands of real world dollars and everything. It's a different take on gathering resources, on building a community. It's an interesting, hell, it could be a social experiment, honestly.
The game creates itself.
Yeah, it's I think if they do it right, it could be it could start a revolution.
It's its own thing. And on beta testing and such, I've been playing the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh my.
And
oh my.
I'm mixed.
You're mixed?
I can't decide whether or not it's going to be
You've
like
had a heart
awesome.
on it for 2 weekends, dude.
Yeah, because I've been playing it.
Okay, well, what are you mixed about? Because
I'm mixed on it feels very, very linear. And for an MMO, that's really hard for me, but I don't know whether or not the full game is going to be so much linear.
Explain to me now when you say linear,
I'm saying linear, like Elder Scrolls has always been the most non-linear of games that you can play.
I guess the question I'm asking you is that as I watched you play, I saw that you have to, go through new parts of the area and everything else. You've got all these side quests. Is it just, are they setting you up in such a way that it's just running you that way? Because it looks like you could randomly do whatever the hell you wanted to do, really.
You can jury pick quests and stuff, but whatever path you're on to develop and to become, to just make it to the next level, as far as I can see, you've got a limited pool of people that you can pick quests from. It's not like you can start off in one area and be like, fuck this, I'm going to go to the completely other side of the world and I'm going to do those quests over there. I'm going to have a quest from this side of the world and a quest from this side of the world.
And this is a legitimate question because you're more of a PC gamer guy than me. On a server that big, when you've got that many people doing that many things, considering all these open world games and everything else, like, couldn't that not create problems with, because I mean there were quests in Skyrim that I couldn't complete because I had done something beforehand, or I had made some kind of mistake, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait for the game to come out, honestly.
Just based on what I'm looking at in the beta, it's either gonna be awesome or it's gonna really suck.
There you go.
It's gonna.
Hey, brother. Hey, it's the honesty we're looking for here. That's what I'm talking about.
It's gonna be either their skill system is badass. It's really cool.
Fantastic. The skill tree is amazing.
So as you're developing in one direction, you're using the destruction staff the same way that it's always been. You're using a destruction staff, and it's like, sweet, you're going in this direction, you're leveling up in this direction, you're good with the destruction staff, whatever. It'll be like, now that you're using this so much, you've got the opportunity to either make that skill an AoE spell. It can be an area of effect spell and it can hit lots of people, or it can be a more powerful, more precise skill.
Concentrated DPS.
That hits critically. Or whatever. You hit the ground with
One of
it,
my biggest
bounces.
qualms with this stuff in the past is that I always wanted to be a high elf mage that wore armor. And it seems like that it gives you the choice to kind of take it further and just do your own thing with it, honestly. And I like you said, it's either going to break the system or it's going to be amazing.
What I like about it, at least, or another thing that I like about it, at least from what I'm seeing, is it looks like that they have created a way for people's quests not to interfere with other people's quests. Like, a lot of times if I was playing World of Warcraft or whatever, I'd be like, okay, I got this quest, I gotta kill 10 fucking pigs, and then I've gotta whatever. And I would go in and I'd try and kill 10 pigs, and there'd be somebody else in the area and they would have killed all the pigs, so I couldn't freaking do anything. In this, I never ran into a point, or I haven't ran into a point where my quest wasn't available, or where I wasn't able to do anything.
I guess what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that we've been playing these betas and a bunch of other stuff, and man, it's either... I guess, to me, the fact that they're putting in this much time, especially with this Elder Scrolls Online beta and everything else, it really shows that they care, because when I first was looking at some of the online gameplay and everything with group quests and how they were running through some of these instances or whatever you call it with Elder Scrolls Online, I mean, it was just it was everything I wanted it to be, and I just hope so much for it to be. I want it to be Skyrim with my buddies, you know. I want it to be Skyrim with my buddies.
It's gonna be cool though, because you know I'm coming from PC experience, and that's all I do really is PC games, and you don't see MMOs outside of the PC, but you're starting to see it now with the new consoles. I mean, you saw it with PS3. DC Universe was on PS3, but they've expelled it. They've done it on PS4 now, and it's to me, playing it on console is cooler than playing it on PC, because I've never had that MMO experience on a console the same way that I've had it on the PC, and I'm having it the same way that I did on PS.
Because you've always been limited by your graphics, you've always been limited by your interface, everything else, all these other different things, sharing. I mean, and really, don't get me wrong. Okay, we're both running. What do you got? 16 gigs of RAM in your computer, and you got
an amazing amount.
This man has a computer that would beast mode anything that's going on right now, and I got 8 gigabytes of RAM, running a new graphics card, and our computers are still way above par of what's going on with this next generation stuff. And to me, that it almost seems lazy to me, but at the same time, you look at it in the specs on all these things, it shows one thing. It shows dedication to third-party developers and other people, because when it comes to something like that, it's if you have the same kind of hardware, and these are both almost built off like a PC platform, you can really do a lot more. It's easier to port. I think this is going to be the shit. This is going to be the generation of video games that changes everything.
More so than Super Mario Brothers?
Don't judge me.
I always judge you.
Ah, fuck you, buddy. Alright, so that was our rant on Elder Scrolls Online, the beta, because we've been playing that. What else we got going on?
There's just so much cool shit coming out this year, and we could single in and talk about anything in particular.
Really,
I mean,
there's so much to talk about.
but we're more excited than anything, and we just wanted to say we're fucking back.
We're fucking back.
We're fucking back.
With a vengeance, and I tell you what, oh, God, we're going to be playing some video games this year. We've been stuck on the Halo 2 on regular Xbox.
A little Halo 2 going on.
What
A
else
little
have we been
Halo
playing?
2 going on the regular Xbox.
Oh, yeah, see.
Just because we're so bored with the new generation so far.
Oh, so sad. Wait till this next month hits.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. But but honestly, like, oh man, it's I can see good things happening in this industry. Like, I just see better and better things. And for a while there, I was just really disappointed with the quality of games that people were putting out. They're unfinished by EA. EA's wanting to charge people for. It's just, I mean, when I have to pay to get upgrades in Battlefield, it makes me feel like an asshole.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Quit being a bitch. The new console generation has started. They're just trying to develop them for the new console.
Oh, is that what happened?
They're just trying to develop them for the new console.
Okay, I'll quit being a bitch.
Yeah. Chris, quit being a bitch.
All right, I'll quit bitching.
Quit being a bitch.
All right.
All right.
Mm.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Au revoir.
Yeah. Auf Wiedersehen.
Aloha.
No, that's hello.
That's also goodbye.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck you, Hawaiian Samoan fuck.
All right, Professor.
Are we done? Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
You think you're good? I think we need to take it back a little bit.
Until next time.
Until next time, and there will be a next time because we're coming back
Because
hard,
Chris is a fag.
hard in the paint. Yeah, suck a dick.